to Mitten Kitchen. For this video, I want to take you along for a week's worth of dinners. What does that look like for somebody that works full time, is mainly working from home? How do I put dinner on the table? Usually fresh and wholesome ingredients. I'm going to take you through the whole week this week. Variety of different foods, some may be leftovers, but so you can get an idea of what it's like to put a meal on the table for your family in a wholesome ingredient. So join me along. I'm trying to use up some freezer, some pantry items, so I'm really excited to go ahead and get started this week. Today is Monday. We're going to go ahead and get started. I've been craving some tostones, some plantains. I don't know if this is something you are all used to. I got into it when I did the Whole30 a few years ago, and I really enjoy them, and so I've been craving that. So that's going to be our inspiration today. In addition, we're going to go ahead and brown up some ground chicken with some onions and poblano peppers from the garden. And that's going to be our meal for today. I will also have a side salad. So a lot of veggies, some protein, and some really good carbs. So I'm excited. So first up, we're going to go ahead and get our skillet going. This is going to have our chicken, the onions, and the peppers. I'm going to go ahead and add in some oil. And let's go ahead and cut up our onions. So I like to make sure dinner is on the table when everyone gets home, because mainly we're all just hungry from our long days of work, right? And we want to go ahead and have a nice meal as a family. And that's what I try to do. The food should be simple, it should be nourishing, and with lots and lots of flavor. So we've added our onions. We'll get those a little bit cooked up, softened, before we add in our poblano peppers. Now I had these in the garden, and I chopped them up and put them in the freezer, and they smell so good. I think I might make them a little smaller though. I cut them in strips when I made these, so we'll make them a little smaller. So there was a lot of poblano peppers in there, so I'm going to just save half for another recipe this week. And we'll go ahead and get these put in to our onion mixture. It smells so good. I love the smell of cooking onions. It smells so good. They're getting nice and soft real quickly, so we can move on over to our tostones really quick. After this, we'll take this out and put it in a bowl to add in our ground chicken. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get these into a bowl. They are nicely softened, ready to go. And we'll add our chicken into this pan. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Okay, we're gonna add a little bit more oil because chicken doesn't have a lot of fat. This is ground chicken breast, I believe. Oop, that's maybe a little too much oil. Oh well, what do you do now? Okay, get this in there. So I get my meat from John Henry's. It's a local farm here in Michigan, and they drop it off at my house, which is so convenient. And you get to pick the type of meats you want, or you can have a subscription service like I have. We'll go ahead and give that a cook. I'm going to season my chicken too. I have some yummy seasonings that I have out here. And that will give a nice flavor because the peppers and onions already have a nice flavor by themselves. This is still a little frozen, so that's why it's still that large chunk. This is gonna be so good. Okay, I'm gonna add in the seasoning now. Just have some garlic. There's no measurement up in here during the work week. Not following a recipe, I'm just following my flavors. That was turmeric. This is now paprika. And then some onion powder. We'll give that a stir. Make those flavors come to life, getting them nice and toasted now with the meat. And then very shortly I'll add back in the peppers and onions just to finish off. My peppers and onions are now combined back with the chicken. I'm gonna just go ahead and put the lid on that on a really nice low so it just keeps warm. And let's go ahead and move over to the toast and ice. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm gonna go ahead and get my coconut oil in my pan. Now, I like to use coconut oil mainly because it just has a good neutral flavor. It doesn't taste like too much coconut oil, but you can use another oil. I just like the flavor of coconut oil for this. Now, you kind of want a lot of oil because you're going to be frying them essentially in this pan. Okay, so next step with the tostones is you want the greener the better because those are going to be more of a savory, whereas the yellow will be sweeter. So this is what you do. We essentially want to take the skin off. Now the easiest way to do that is kind of cut it in half because it's a thick skin. And we're going to kind of get our finger in there and start to peel off the skin. See how I just kind of got in there like that? That's exactly what we want. It's okay if they split. We can cut them that way. These ones are kind of funky shaped too. They're like flat. But see how it's just kind of coming off like that? That's exactly what you want. So we're just going to keep going. Our oil is nicely melted, so it'll be ready in just a moment for us to add these. Have you all had tostones? Do you like them? They're something that I was not really familiar with, being from the Midwest, and I really have enjoyed them. I've been to Miami a few times and just some other Cuban restaurants. There's one in Detroit even that has them. They're really good. There's an Ann Arbor one too. So that's what it looks like afterwards. It kind of looks like a banana, like, hello. So it's kind of already cut in half. I probably cut a little too deep. So we'll have to figure it out, but usually I like to do slices. But we'll figure it out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice these up. We're gonna cook these first, then smash it, and then refry it. It's kind of cool. So this one, we'll just have that by itself because it's kind of the right size. There we go. So I'm gonna get these in just like that. See how I'm placing them nicely in the oil? We're gonna cook both sides and then we'll refry it and smash them. We'll smash them and then refry it. Okay, so we have all of them in the pan. We're gonna look for a bright yellow. See how that's a nice bright yellow? We're gonna go ahead and flip it. We'll flip some on the sides. But that nice yellow color is what we're looking for. Now it doesn't all have to be yellow, but we want it mainly yellow because we'll smush it. I'll show you how to smush it. There's a fun little tool that I use called a cup. And that will get us to the amount of cookedness, right? If you smush it right now, they're going to be too hard. So we need to cook them still in order to do that. So while that's cooking up, let's go ahead and get our salad ready. Okay, so I like to make my salad dressing in a tiny mason jar. So we're going to do our avocado oil. It's just what I have out. You can do olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and add in some red wine vinegar. So then I next have that lemon zest that I dehydrated. I've been loving adding this to recipes, so it's such a nice flavor of lemon. I need an apron. I told you, I warned you, I worked hard and I need that. Okay, we got some garlic there. I have some Dijon mustard. And then we're gonna add in some honey. Just a squeeze for some sweetness. This is the best part. You had a long day at work. You just shake it up. Give it a good shake. look at how pretty that turned out. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. See if it's delicious. It's good. So we'll go ahead and take our bowl, add in our greens. I just have a nice spring mix here. And what I want to do is I want to dress the greens first. So we'll do probably that much greens. We'll add in our dressing. Give that a mix. Perfect. Add in our blueberries. I've already washed these. This adds a pop of sweetness, you know, to your salad. Okay. Next up is our pumpkin seeds, just for a little crunch. My husband's gluten-free, so we don't do croutons or anything like that. So I love to do seeds or nuts. And our salad is done. Literally, it was that easy. If you had some cheese, go for it. I don't have any cheese right now, but here is our beautiful salad. So we're going to take one and see how they're nice and yellow now. Perfectly yellow. We're going to go ahead and smush these. So I'm going to take this. They're kind of hot. I'm going to take something to bury it. And you take a cup, bottom of the cup, and you smush it down. Literally just like that. And see how that's nice and smushed? We're going to put it back in our oil and fry it up that way. So there we go. And there we go. I'm going to keep going. So we're almost done with our tostones. I'm just finishing up the last few. So again, you take your tostone, you put some sort of barrier, I'm just grabbing my stasher bag, and you smush a cup down. And see how it flattens out like that? And then you add it over here to our pan. Look at all those. I'm just gonna salt it. That looks so good. We're almost done. So we have our chicken mixture, our tostones that are so good, our salad, and some smoked oysters that I like to have for iron like once a week. There we go. That's dinner. Good morning. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday. We are getting started early in the morning before work for a pot roast. Now I have a piece of chuck roast that we will use. I have some carrots and onions. We're gonna sear the meat first. We're getting it nice and crispy, and then we're gonna have it cook in our Instant Pot. I have it as a slow cooker today. My crock pot died like 2 years ago and I just haven't replaced it, so I've been using this and it works just fine. So that's what we're gonna use today, and we're gonna have a delicious dinner by the end of today. So first up on our Instant Pot, there is a saute button. That's what we're going to use. Now that will get the bottom of the Instant Pot almost like a stove top. It will get nice and hot. And we're gonna take our meat and start searing it, and then we'll add in the rest of the ingredients. We're gonna salt this side. Okay, we're gonna set that down, and then we're gonna sear the other side. Salt the other side. And we're gonna get that going. I'm gonna wash up. I'll be right back. You can kind of hear it already. We're gonna add just a little bit of oil to help it. I realize the size of the Instant Pot versus the size of the roast is a little different, so we'll help it out a little bit. So while that sears, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the carrots and the onions, and we'll add that in. Most people add potatoes, but I feel like we're gonna have mashed potatoes today, so I'll do that after work before we start to eat the rest of the roast. Okay, it is ready to be flipped. We're gonna do the other side. And what we're gonna cook with this is some red wine. So really looking forward to using some red wine. Our onions are ready, but we're gonna wait till that's all seared. And then we're gonna go ahead and get our carrots going. Okay, so we are nicely seared. We're gonna go ahead and cancel that. And we're gonna open our wine and get that in there. So I just have a nice red wine. Take your red wine. Now what we're gonna do with that red wine is we're gonna get the little bits from the bottom. Now the alcohol will cook off, so if you have kids or whatever, don't worry about that. So we're gonna try to do this. Be easy to get those nice, yummy flavor. Coming right off, which is really nice. We'll add some more wine, so there's liquid in the bottom. It smells so good already. Do you like to cook with wine? I've always enjoyed it. It's something fun, flavorful. We've always been like a wine family, like growing up, and now my husband and I, we love wine. We actually, our honeymoon, we went to Napa in California. And in Michigan, here we have a really awesome wine country in Traverse City. And we like to go there as well. Southern Michigan too, like Southwest Michigan has a nice wine area, like the Fenville area. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get our onions underneath of our roast because I want the meat juice to kind of like go into our vegetables. So we'll just dump those in. And then our carrots, we still got to cut in half, but that will be easy. So I have them nicely washed up. Okay, we're gonna add in the carrots now. My son loves carrots, so you might hear him chewing in the background. Okay, so now we're just gonna add in some garlic. We'll add in some more wine. I think half the bottle, not bad. Okay, so we're now gonna go ahead and get our lid on. We have our wine, we have our carrots, our onions. We are good to go. We're now going to use the slow cooker function. So we'll click slow cooker, normal, 8 hours, and it's done. It will be beautiful. I'll check in with you at the end of the workday. We'll make the mashed potatoes and we'll try out our delicious roast. It's been a day. I am so glad I prepared the roast this morning. It smells so good in here. The carrots and onions and the beef are perfectly tender. Everything is ready to go. And all I need to do now is make the mashed potatoes. So I have the potatoes with some water. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that on and get that nice and boiling. So for the potatoes, you could do like a heavy cream, whipping cream, anything like that, whole milk. I don't have any of that. So we're just gonna use some butter and some oat milk. That's what I have. It is what it is. You make the best of it. It'll be nice and creamy. We'll use a potato masher, which is so fun to use. Like, it's very relaxing. So this will be our tool to smash our potatoes and get them nicely cooked. So this has been great. It's been a really easy, hands-off meal for Tuesday. Tuesdays are usually long for me, and so this was really nice to already have it ready. And so for Wednesday, we will probably have leftovers, if we have leftovers, or I don't know, we'll see. But that is Tuesday's dinner, is our delicious roast with the potatoes. There is our delicious roast. It's so tender. Look at this. Just falls off the bone. So tender. Look at that. And our onions are nicely done. Our carrots are delicious. And this sauce will be so good over our mashed potatoes. So there you have it for Tuesday dinner, and the fork is now in the pot. But the Instant Pot is so nice to use. This guy's always next to me, hungry, ready for food. But I'll see you tomorrow. Let's see what we're cooking for Wednesday. Okay, today is Wednesday. So what do we have for dinner? We are making gluten-free pasta with some tuna, pesto, and a salad. So let's go ahead and get started. It's gonna be a quick dinner. I don't have a lot of energy, so let's see what we can come up with. Okay, we have our water boiling. We're gonna go ahead and, we're waiting for our water to boil. We have our pasta right here. I'm just gonna add a jar of pesto from Trader Joe's. And then this is a tuna that I really like, and so this is the Wild Planet tuna. So I'll just strain this and have it ready, nice and fluffed up to add into there for some protein. You obviously, if you don't like fish, you could just do the pesto. But let's go ahead and get our dressing made for the salad while this is boiling. So as you know, I like to make my own salad dressing. I find it very easy to do in a mason jar. And it's usually pretty easy. It's like oil, vinegar, seasoning, and you're good to go. I'm gonna use olive oil today. I think I have enough. Nope. Maybe? Oh, there we go. Okay. I think I need to get some olive oil. This time I'm going to add in some Worcestershire sauce. Thought that sounded really good. Do you like Worcestershire sauce instead of a vinegar? Then I'm going to add in a squeeze of Dijon mustard. Literally a squeeze. You can tell those are my staples. And then some honey for some sweetness. And that should be enough flavor. So let's give it a shake. And we'll give it a try. So after a long day of work, best thing, shake it up. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Perfect. It's delicious. Okay, that'll be great on a salad. So for this salad, I'm going to have red onion, some cheese, and some pumpkin seeds again. So first we will add in our lettuce. I love to have salads for dinner. It's a great way to get in your vegetables. And they can be so fun. I do a light dressing too. Like I don't like to overdress it, but it helps me just do your greens. Because everything else has flavor, right? Like onion has its own flavor, so do pumpkin seeds. So that's why I like to do the dressing with just the lettuce and then add in the other ingredients to toss it. This makes sure that all of the different lettuces has the nice dressing on there. Okay. Next up, we'll add in some red onion. I just love red onion. The flavor, the color, it's so beautiful. And then I have some cheddar cheese here that I thought would be fun to crumble as well. So we'll just crumble it right into the bowl because it's already kind of crumbly cheese. This dinner's coming together real quickly. My water is still not boiling yet, but it should be soon. That's probably good on our cheese. Give that a little toss. And then, you know what, maybe I'll do walnuts tonight versus the pumpkin seeds like we did the other night. So we'll add in some walnuts. Got a handful of walnuts, we're just gonna crumble them. And there is our beautiful salad. Look how easy that turned out. Looks so good. Water is boiling, we're gonna go ahead and add this in. Next up, add your pesto. And lastly, add in your tuna. And there you have Wednesday night dinner. We have salad, pasta with tuna, And I will see you tomorrow for Thursday. It might be a leftover night. It's Thursday. Tonight is leftovers-ish. I'm gonna warm up the mashed potato. I have some red onion here, some lettuce, and some of that yummy cheese. And then over here, I have some ground beef cooking up with a burger sauce. So we're gonna have salad burger bowls tonight. And yeah, it's pretty easy. I got a lot of low energy towards the end of the week, so I need this easy meal. And there's dinner. We have salad, the burger sauce. This will be my son's plate, the actual burger, and the mashed potatoes. So there we have it. We got an easy dinner. Really quick. I think that came together in 10 minutes. And there's the pups. It is Friday, and tonight's dinner is a sheet pan meal. We have chicken with barbecue sauce. We have carrots, onions, and the leftover poblano peppers. I also fed my starter, and we're gonna make some quick flatbread on the stove. So really easy dinner tonight as well. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add in some oil to the pan. This is so easy. So you just feed your starter. So when you feed it, it's just water and flour, and it wakes up your mixture. So it's all bubbly. I don't know about you guys, but on Fridays I don't have a lot of brain headspace after a long week, and I just need something quick and yummy to eat. So we usually do takeout, but we're really trying to just cook at home. Okay, so that's ready to go. I'm now going to take my lovely, bubbly starter. And this is essentially like a flatbread, if you think about it that way. I'm going to just put it in the pan. It's almost like a pancake, but it's savory. So we're going to let that cook. So we'll let it cook, and we'll flip it, and then we'll keep making some more. My family likes this, so I like to do at least one each. And there we have our Friday night dinner. So see how this is just like a quick flatbread? So thank you for joining me in the kitchen this week. We made a home-cooked meal every night. Some nights were easy and simple, and some were a little bit more challenging but delicious. So thanks for joining me with Mitten Kitchen. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye everyone.